Hi, I'm Liz Simmons, and this is Hannah Saunders, and we're an American and English folk duo, and we are performing tonight at Sandywood Center for the Arts as part of our CD release tour.
We're going to do a Joni Mitchell song now.
You've sat through the traditional English stuff and clapped so nicely and given such good vibe. As a reward.
The wind is in from Africa. Last night I couldn't sleep. Oh, you know it sure is hard to leave you carry, but it's really not my home. My fingernails are filthy. I've got beach tar on my feet, and I miss my clean linen and my fancy French cologne. Come on, Carrie, get out your cane, and I'll put on some silver. Oh, you're a mean old daddy, but I like you. Come on down to the Mermaid Cafe, and I will buy you a bottle of wine. And we'll laugh and toast and nothing and smash our empty glasses down. Let's have a round for these freaks and these soldiers, a round for these friends of mine. Let's have another round for my red table who keeps me in this tourist town. Come on, Carrie, get out your cane. I'll put on some silver. Oh, you're a mean old daddy, but I like you. I like you. I like you. I like you. Maybe I'll go to Amsterdam. Oh, maybe I'll go to Rome, and I'll rent me a grand piano, put some flowers round my room. But let's not talk about fare thee wells now. The night is a starry dome, and they're playing that scratchy rock and roll beneath the maple moon. Come on, Carrie, get out your cane, and I'll put on some silver. Oh, you're a mean old daddy, but I like you. The wind is in from Africa. Last night I couldn't sleep. Oh, you know it sure is hard to let you carry, but it's really not my heart. Maybe it's been too long a time since I was rambling down in the street. Now they got me used to that clean linen and that fancy French cologne. Come on, Carrie, get out your cane, and I'll put on my finest silver. Go to the Mermaid Cafe, have fun tonight. I said, oh, you're a mean old daddy, but you're out of sight.
Thanks so much. This is an old American song that came from, hundreds of years ago when French traders and voyagers went as far as the Missouri, the Mississippi River out in Missouri, and there were still Native Americans living out there, and this song supposedly came from a story about a French voyager who fell in love with an Indian princess. So you can sort of imagine that's sort of the Disney version. I think the real story is probably a little bit different, but you have a choice there. You can imagine the Disney version, or you can imagine that maybe it was a lot of these old songs are actually amalgams of multiple songs coming together. But ultimately, this song became what we call a river shanty. So men would sing it while hauling in the anchor. So we're so used to hearing sea shanties. This is a river shanty. So those landlocked folks get shanties too. It's fair.
This is also a great example, isn't it, of how Liz and I managed to work on two different sides of the Atlantic.
Yes, two of the words that are the hardest ones to sing together are the words daughter and water. Now tell them how you say those words.
Daughter and water.
It just just doesn't work. There are other words that work just fine, but those ones do not meld. So I asked her, I don't often ask this of her, but I asked her, please sing those in an American accent for this song, because it's just not...
It's just wrong, isn't it?
And I'll meet you there. I'll meet you halfway in one of our other numbers. I'll throw you a bone if you throw me one later.
So watch out for those words. Watch out for my dreadful attempt to sound like an American.
Oh, Shannon, I long to hear you. I'll wait. You're all in the river. Oh, Shannon, I long to hear you. I'm bound away across the wide Missouri. Oh, Shenandoah, I love your daughter. I'll wait. You're all in river. For her it cross the rolling water. Away, I'm bound away across the wide Missouri. For 7 years I courted sand. I'll wait. You're all in river. For 7 more I long to have her. Away, I'm bound away across the wide Missouri. Farewell, my dear, I'm bound to leave you. I'll wait. You're on the river. Oh, Shenandoah, I'll not deceive you. Away, I'm bound away across the wide Missouri. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to hear you. I'll wait. You're rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to hear you. Away, I'm bound away across the wide Missouri. Across the wide Missouri.
Thanks very much. I have to say that song has a special place in my heart. It's one of the many, but one of my favorites that my mom used to sing me to sleep with. So that was, and seeing the lady over there rocking her baby reminded me of that, of how my mom sang it to me, and I actually sang it to my son as well when he was a baby. So that's the great thing about being a folk kid, is you have these songs in the back of your mind that you kind of don't even know you know, and then you have your own child, and all of a sudden it just starts coming out of your mouth.
On the downside of that, of course, is the fact that when you have folk kids, they grow up surrounded by, particularly if you're interested in English folk, by very macabre stories. I overheard my two sons having a conversation with each other one day when I was rehearsing. And my eldest said, "Which one is this one?" And my younger said, "Oh, it's Miles, you know, the one where he beats him with a poker." And my eldest said, "Oh, I like that one." I don't let them watch television because that's too violent.
But folk songs are okay.
Totally fine. Completely fine.
Early one morning in the month of May, oh, the wind and rain. Two sisters went a-walking on a hot summer's day, crying the dreadful wind and rain. Two sweet sisters side by side, oh, the wind and rain. Both of them want to be Johnny's bride, crying the dreadful wind and rain. Johnny gave the youngest a golden ring, oh, the wind and rain. Didn't give the youngest anything, crying the dreadful wind and rain. Two sweet sisters walking by the stream, oh, the wind and rain. One came behind, pushed the other one in, crying the dreadful wind and rain. Pushed her in the river to drown, oh, the wind and rain. And watched her as she floated down, crying the dreadful wind and rain. She floated on down to the miller's pond, oh, the wind and rain. Farther, farther, there swims a swan, crying the dreadful wind and rain. The miller ran for his drifting hook, oh, the wind and rain. He pulled that poor girl from the brook, crying the dreadful wind and rain. He laid her on the bank to dry, oh, the wind and rain. A fiddler man came walking by, crying the dreadful wind and rain. He saw that poor girl lying there, oh, the wind and rain. He took 30 strands of her long yellow hair, crying the dreadful wind and rain. He made a fiddle bow of her long yellow hair, oh, the wind and rain. He made fiddle bows of her little finger bones, crying the dreadful wind and rain. He made a fiddle of her little breastbone, oh, the wind and rain. With a sound that could melt a hard old stone, crying the dreadful wind and rain. The only tune that fiddle would play, oh, the wind and rain. The only tune that fiddle would play was crying the dreadful wind and rain. 'Twas yonder's my sister sitting on a rock, oh, the wind and rain. Time, my Johnny, a true lover's knot, crying the
This is East Virginia. I hope you like it.
1, 2, 3, 4. When I lived in East Virginia, North Carolina, I did go. There I courted a fair young lady. What was her name? I did not know. Her hair, it was dark and curly. Her cheeks, they were rosy red. Upon her breast she wore a ribbon. But don't I wish that I was there? Papa said we might marry. Her mama said it would not do. So come here, dear, and I'll tell you. I will tell you what I'll do. Some dark night we'll take a ramble, and I will run away with you. Rather be in the sunback parlor where the sun refused to shine, and for you to be some other man's woman. Never run out to call you mine. 'Cause when I lived in East Virginia, North Carolina, I did go. There I courted a fair young lady. What was her name? I did not know. What was her name? I did not know.
Thank you. Well, when you're a musician, when you're a folk musician, as you can probably tell, there's tens of dollars to be made in folk music. So when you're invited to a posh wedding, as I was a couple of years ago, I was invited to a friend's wedding out on the West Coast, on the Queen Mary, I believe, a big old ship, yeah? So it was a big posh do, and my husband and I were trying to, scrimp together what we could so we could go to this wedding, but we certainly couldn't afford to buy them a gift. So what do? Well, you write them a song, don't you? And
Whether they like it or not.
Exactly. I wrote you a song. You seem to say, seriously? Did you not read our list? Well, song on our list. It was not on our registry. But I wrote them this song and got to play it at their wedding, which is a real gift to be able to do. And then I played it to Liz when I got back, and she said, "Let's do it." And it's now the title track for our brand new EP. This is World Begun. Does have a chorus. Should you feel so inclined, hum along, tap along.
Stop the clock, loose your hair. Here she comes, golden hair. Cross your fingers, hold your tongue. This is now the world begun. She's made of words and skill. Here's the force of an arrow's will, and both they stand
it's known. Words are spoken, petals fly, hearts are heavy, head held high. She's a son far from home, she's a daughter who's never alone. And both they stand, the sea is calling. She will be the warmth of a mountain. She will be your wings when you're falling. When the dark clouds are rising, she will be your morning star. She loves you just the way you are. This is now the world begun. Cross your fingers and hold your tongue.
Remember, remember, no matter where you are,
Love each other just the way you are. Just the way you are. Just the way
Thank you.
light up, light up, light up your lazy blue eyes. Moons up, nights up, taking the crowd by surprise. Nighttime, nighttime, day left an hour ago. City light time, must you get ready so slow? There are places to come from and places to go. Night in the city looks pretty to me. Night in the city looks fine. Music comes spilling out into the street. Colors go waltzing in time.
take off and take off, take off those stay-at-home shoes. Chase off, shake off, break off those stay-at-home blues. Stairway, stairway, down to the crowds in the street. They go their way, looking for faces to greet, while we run on laughing with no one to meet.
Night in the city looks pretty to me. Night in the city looks fine. Music comes spilling out into the street. Colors go flashing in time. Night in the city looks pretty to me. Night in the city looks fine. Music comes spilling out into the street. Colors go flashing in time.
What I love about this song, and I say this when I'm over in England and I'm playing it, I say, unlike English ballads, that just go on and on and on, they're full of diversions, and oh look, there's a bird over there, and the bird spoke, and then you had to go and tell so-and-so over there, and then somebody had to carry a bucket of blood over there, and they just go on and on and on. What I love about American ballads is they're really economical.
We
There
cut
is
to the
no
chase.
messing about in these. 4 verses, somebody dies, that's it. It's brilliant. So this is Polly.
Polly, oh, Polly, come go along with me. Polly, oh, Polly, come go along with me before we get married. Some pleasure to see. She jumped up behind him and away they did go. She jumped up behind him and away they did go, over the hills to the valley below. They rode a little piece further, and what did they spy? They rode a little piece further, and what did they spy? A new dug grave with a spade lying by. Oh, they are afraid of your ways. Oh, they are afraid of your ways. I'm afraid you leave my poor body astray. Oh, Polly, you're thinking quite right. Oh, Polly, you're thinking quite right. I dug on your grave, best part of last night. He stabbed her in the heart, and her heart's blood did flow. He stabbed her in the heart, and her heart's blood did flow, and into the grave where dear Polly did go. He threw a little dirt on, he started back toward home. He threw a little dirt on, he started back toward home, leaving no one around but the wild birds to roam. Leaving no one around but the wild birds to roam.
Thank you.